Alrighty, we're gonna start with Coach Dorrel. If you could take a couple of minutes and give us your thoughts on the game, and then we'll open it up to questions from the media. So, yes. Coach Dorrel.
Yeah, thank you. Wow, what a football game today. Just the effort that both teams that gave today. It's what makes playoff football special. And my hat's off to Missouri Western. They had a great year. And, I'm just very proud of our kids. The effort that we gave today to have a first quarter of football like we had and to not quit. We were resilient. For 3 hours, we talked in the locker room about coming out and playing with more energy the second half. That was the one thing I thought we were a little bit flat, believe it or not, on offense. And just the way our team battled and our character that we displayed today. And I'm so proud of our defense. I thought our defense was just phenomenal today. I thought our defensive coaches had a great game plan, and I thought our defensive guys flew around and executed. Can't say enough about Trevor. Playing quarterback, in my opinion, in any sport, is one of the toughest positions to play at any level. And, the pressure on those people and the fact that when they make a mistake, it's magnified a lot, isn't it, Trevor? And was just proud of him that the way he kept fighting, and what he's done for us this year. How many programs have a backup quarterback like we have? I don't know, but it's a tribute to his work ethic and his belief and his trust in us as coaches and players. But again, I'm just very excited. One of the most special things for me as a coach in all my years of coaching is the fact that when you get to spend Thanksgiving together with your team. And it's very special. We're together for Thanksgiving, so very excited about that.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Questions?
Coach, can you talk about what it means for you to get your first playoff win as a head coach and, just kind of at the end of what's been just one hell of a year for you guys as a team?
Yeah, it probably hasn't sunk in yet. I just was excited to be in the playoffs. I think I've talked to you guys about that. I really meant that. To go through this league with only 2 losses, and both those losses were by 6 points, and there was a chance where, we might not make the playoffs there, but just to be in, I think I was super thrilled about that, and I'm sure it'll sink in down the road, but I'm just trying to, continue on with what I've learned from Mel and Scott, and I think there's some things that we do maybe a little bit different in the playoffs that have helped us down the road, and will continue to help us.
Coach, how impressed were you with the young starters on defense and how they kind of rose up in the second half and they made it look similar to what happened in the playoffs last year?
Yeah, wow. They just were flying around. You talk about an emotional roller coaster today as a football game. We go out there and miss the field goal, and then the next thing I know, I turn around and Longacre's picking up that football and running it in. I'm still not sure what happened on the play, but I just was very proud of them, and I thought we grew up as a football team today. Anytime you have young guys that play in this magnitude of a game, it really helps their maturity as a football player.
Matt, what was it like for you when you saw that ball on the ground?
It was crazy. I've never scored a touchdown before in my life playing football, and I saw that ball, and we were down, and I picked it up and ran as fast as I could, made sure the ball was not going to come out so we could get that score. It was big.
DJ, what was kind of the plan today to take out their run game? And obviously you succeeded in it. How does it feel?
We stressed all week that Travis Partridge does make plays with his feet, and he is going to make plays with his feet. So all week long, defense was just flying around at practice. We had a great week of practice, and game plan was take him out of the game, and if we took him out of the game, we got the win. So.
Trevor, what gave you the confidence in the second half to make plays both with your feet and your arm after that first quarter?
The first quarter didn't go well, like we planned it. Just the guys and the coaches just rallying around us as an offense. I really felt never for a second that people were disappointed in me. And the thing is, what I love is everybody supports each other, and everybody just surrounded me and said, "Hey, we're going to be all right. We're going to keep fighting." And the defense, they played one heck of a game, and they kept telling me, "Hey, we got your back," and just believe in that. and just trust our game plan and just keep moving forward with it, and just the guys really rallied around me, and that really helped me a lot. Got my confidence up.
Coach, did you see the parallels to last year's playoff game with Western? Down early, momentum against you. Maybe Franklin playing the role of Baker this year for you.
Yeah.
Just seemed like there were a lot of similarities.
You know what? Believe it or not, at the end of the game, when it was over, I was walking through the crowd, and it kind of hit me. There was it was very eerie, and again, ups and downs, and we just made some plays down the stretch. Obviously, Tyler Shaw, he's been bugging me all year about being able to throw the ball. He drives me nuts because it's usually incomplete about 80% of the time in practice. But boy, he put that on the money today. And Taylor Pierce, he ran what we call a knife route. And I don't know, as a play caller, it's when you run one of those plays and it doesn't work, it's a bad deal. And I don't know, I just had a feeling I was waiting for it, and it just kind of hit me. Now's the time to run it. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Coach, how impressive were Jake's not 100% obviously, but Taylor and David Mosley came in and they kind of filled that void a little bit.
Yeah, and they had talked about that all week. Just give me a chance and I'm going to step up, and they did. They had a great week of practice. I know a lot of times I always bring it back to preparation, but that's the key ingredient to being successful. And both of those kids had a tremendous week of practice.
Coach, down 22-7 at the half, what was your mindset or your thinking? Were you feeling somewhat fortunate at that point to only be down 2 possessions?
I felt very fortunate, and I told these guys this right before we left the locker room to say, guys, the fact that we played that bad offensively and turned the ball over as much as we did, only down by 2 scores, I was pretty happy to be real. I know you're down, but I was fortunate that we're still in the game at that point, yeah.
James, how much of a difference in the second half was your play action, zone read stuff, and what did you notice about how the defense, because it looked like some pretty big holes were available?
I didn't really see much of a difference. We just came out the first half, and we weren't really clicking as well as we could have been, and we were in the second half. We went in the locker room, and our coaches just told us keep looking at your keys, keep looking at your reads, and trust it. And all week we were saying do this when their defense does this, and I just trusted it. Jordan did the same, and we just opened the lineup with some big holes, and we just got north and south like we were told to do, and we just ran for some good plays on that.
Coach, they announced Christopher as the starter over the PA. Was that a little gamesmanship? Or
No, that was not. And I'll just tell you, here's the whole week, how the week went. I was told by our medical people that the way he has progressed, that there was a really good chance that he would be able to play this week. And he went out Monday. They taped him up and put a brace on, and he went out Monday. And I don't know if I would use the word re-aggravated it, but it wasn't like he thought it was going to be, because, he'd been working up to that point. We just went ahead and stayed with it and watched him Tuesday. He went out on his own with our medical people and tried to throw before practice. And, our medical people said to me it was very apparent that Tuesday after practice that he probably was not going to be ready, and we stuck with it a little bit to Wednesday, and he went out again Wednesday, and he didn't even practice Wednesday when we came out as a team because it was re-aggravated, and a little bit of swelling back in there was bothering him. But no, that was not intentional in any way whatsoever.
Any chance he plays the rest of the year, or is at this point do you just maybe have to make a decision as a head coach and say there's too many unknowns and make Trevor the guy and go forward?
Well, that's a hard question, and I'll answer it like this. He's our starting quarterback. The kid had 90-something votes for team captain, and I feel like I owe it to him because of what he's done for our football program for 5 years, his loyalty, his commitment to Northwest Missouri State, that if he is healthy and he is full speed, that he would play. And that's nothing against Trevor. Trevor knows how I feel about him, and we're just going to evaluate it every week.
How impressive is it I know there was a lot of turnovers and crazy stuff, but you doubled their yardage. That's generally a sign that you controlled the game for the most part. Doubled their total yardage. Yeah, I hadn't had a chance to peek through these yet. I thought we made some big plays today, and I'll have to go back and look at those. Those are something
we really tried to shoot for. But just disappointing those turnovers early. We ran what we called this burst package that we had put in this week, and we had a lot of things built around it. And when you start off the game and you burst and you throw a behind, a backwards pass, it kind of shakes your confidence a little bit. And I just was disappointed because the ball laid on the ground, and we talked all week about if it is incomplete, don't take it for granted. It was a forward pass, and you need to jump on it, and we didn't do that, so I was a little bit disappointed. But that's the turnover battle for you in a game. If you turn the football over, you usually don't win.
What allowed your offense went 6 drives in the first half without scoring, and then you score on your first 3 in the second half? How did you just flip the switch like that?
I think confidence, and again, that's why I'm so proud of our kids. Confidence is such a fragile thing, and that's one thing I really, right before half, before we went in, I was disappointed in our energy, and I just felt like our confidence was down. And it's a hard thing as an athlete and as a coach, but when you're the #1 scoring offense in the country, you wouldn't have known that on the sideline. It was just the look of a little bit bewildered in our kids' eyes. And again, I give our kids credit because we went in the half and got refocused and came out and got a couple plays, and then it just kind of sets everybody off.
What about the activity of DJ and Chad? Did you think that was a positive today?
In regards to?
Just their ability to stop the run and.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I thought their energy level was awesome the whole day. Our defense. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail what our game plan was, but there were some specific things that they had to do today, and there was a lot of pressure on them if they didn't get it done, and they got it done today. And just, those two run really well for inside linebackers at college football at this level especially, and they were, going around and getting after the quarterback and spying him a lot and having to have some, draw and screen responsibility too. So we put a lot of pressure on both those young men today.